Article 1. The development and impact of recyclable packaging over the past few decades. The environmental impact of human activities has become a pressing concern for policymakers, businesses, and consumers alike. One of the primary areas of focus has been the reduction of waste, particularly plastic waste, which has harmful consequences for ecosystems worldwide. As a result, recyclable packaging has emerged as a vital solution to mitigate these effects. This shift has been driven by both environmental legislation and growing public awareness about sustainability. Companies, especially in consumer goods sectors, are increasingly adopting recyclable materials in their packaging strategies to reduce their ecological footprint. Recyclable packaging refers to materials that can be processed and reused in manufacturing new products rather than being discarded after single use. This contrasts with traditional packaging, much of which is made from non-renewable resources like plastic and does not decompose for centuries. Common recyclable materials include paper, cardboard, certain plastics, glass, and metals such as aluminum. These materials are not only recoverable but can also be reintegrated into the production cycle, creating what is often referred to as the circular economy. The adoption of recyclable packaging has profound environmental implications. Perhaps the most significant is the reduction of landfill waste. Packaging accounts for a significant proportion of global waste, and transitioning to recyclable materials helps to divert a large volume of waste from landfills. Additionally, the production of recyclable materials often consumes less energy compared to the manufacturing of virgin materials. This reduction in energy usage also leads to low carbon emissions, contributing to the fight against climate change. Another benefit of recyclable packaging lies in its economic impact. Companies are increasingly finding that investing in sustainable practices, including recyclable packaging, can improve their brand reputation and customer loyalty. As consumers become more environmentally conscious, they are likely to support brands that align with their values. In many cases, businesses that adopt sustainable practices can also benefit financially in the long term through cost savings from using recycled materials or by avoiding penalties associated with environmental regulations. However, the shift to recyclable packaging is not without challenges. One major obstacle is the infrastructure required to properly collect, sort, and process recyclable materials. In many regions, particularly in developing countries, the recycling infrastructure is either insufficient or non-existent. This limits the effectiveness of recyclable packaging, as materials that could potentially be recycled often end up in landfills due to inadequate waste management systems. Another issue is the misconception surrounding recyclable packaging. While some packaging is labeled as recyclable, not all materials can be easily processed by existing recycling facilities. For instance, certain types of plastic are technically recyclable but are rarely accepted by local recycling centers due to the complexity of processing them. This has led to confusion among consumers about which products can be recycled and which cannot, ultimately reducing the effectiveness of recycling efforts. Innovations in recyclable packaging materials are continuing to evolve. Researchers are developing new forms of bioplastics and other sustainable materials that offer the functionality of traditional plastics but are easier to recycle or biodegrade naturally. These advancements are critical as the demand for sustainable packaging solutions continues to grow. Companies are increasingly collaborating with material scientists to develop packaging that not only meets environmental standards but also maintains the durability and flexibility required for transportation and storage. The future of recyclable packaging is promising, but it requires collective effort. Governments must continue to develop policies that encourage the use of recyclable materials and enhance recycling infrastructure. At the same time, businesses need to invest in innovation and consumer education, ensuring that recyclable packaging becomes a practical and scalable solution. As awareness grows, the demand for eco-friendly packaging will likely increase, driving further advancements in the sector and making a significant impact on the global waste problem. Article 2. The role of machine learning in environmental monitoring. Environmental monitoring has long been a crucial practice for understanding and managing natural ecosystems. Traditionally, scientists have relied on manual data collection, such as measuring air quality, monitoring water pollution levels, and tracking wildlife populations. However, these methods, while effective, are often time-consuming, expensive, and prone to human error. In recent years, machine learning (ML) has emerged as a transformative tool in environmental science, offering more efficient and accurate ways to analyze vast amounts of environmental data. By automating data processing and pattern recognition, machine learning enables scientists to make more informed decisions about how to protect the environment. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that allows computers to learn from data without being explicitly programmed. In environmental monitoring, machine learning algorithms can process data collected from various sources such as satellite imagery, sensors, and remote sensing technologies. These algorithms can identify patterns and trends that might be missed by human observation. For instance, in air quality monitoring, machine learning models can predict pollutant levels based on historical data, enabling authorities to take proactive measures to mitigate harmful effects. One of the key applications of machine learning in environmental monitoring is the analysis of satellite imagery. Satellites generate an immense amount of data daily, capturing detailed images of forests, oceans, and urban areas. Manually analyzing this data is not feasible, but machine learning models can quickly sift through these images to detect deforestation, track glacial melt, or monitor agricultural activities. Machine learning algorithms can also combine satellite data with climate models to forecast environmental changes, such as the impact of global warming on biodiversity. Machine learning is also transforming wildlife monitoring. Traditionally, researchers had to rely on physical tracking devices or direct observation to monitor animal populations. These methods are often invasive and can disturb natural behavior. Machine learning now allows for non-invasive tracking by analyzing audio and visual data from camera traps and sound recorders. For example, machine learning models can distinguish between the sounds of different bird species, providing insights into population dynamics and species diversity without disrupting the animal's habitats. In addition to monitoring wildlife, machine learning has shown promise in predicting natural disasters. By analyzing historical weather patterns and geospatial data, machine learning algorithms can improve the accuracy of forecasts for floods, hurricanes, and wildfires. Early detection allows for better preparedness and response, potentially saving lives and reducing economic damage. For instance, machine learning models have been used to predict the likelihood of wildfires by assessing variables such as temperature, humidity, and vegetation density. Despite its potential, the integration of machine learning into environmental monitoring faces several challenges. One of the primary concerns is the quality and availability of data. Machine learning models require large datasets to be effective, but in many regions, especially in developing countries, environmental data collection is limited. Additionally, the data itself may be incomplete or inconsistent, reducing the accuracy of machine learning predictions. Another issue is the black box nature of some machine learning algorithms, which can make it difficult for scientists to understand how the model is making its predictions. Moreover, there are ethical considerations regarding the use of machine learning in environmental monitoring. For example, the use of drones or other surveillance technologies to collect data on wildlife or deforestation could raise concerns about privacy and the unintended consequences of surveillance on local communities. There is also the risk that over-reliance on machine learning could marginalize traditional ecological knowledge, which has been developed over centuries by indigenous populations and local experts. Despite these challenges, the potential benefits of machine learning for environmental monitoring are immense. By automating data analysis and improving predictive accuracy, machine learning offers a way to manage environmental challenges more efficiently. Governments, research institutions, and non-governmental organizations (NGOs) are increasingly recognizing the importance of integrating machine learning into their environmental monitoring efforts. The continued development of machine learning tools, coupled with improved data collection methods, could significantly enhance our ability to protect and preserve natural ecosystems in the future. Article 3. The science of renewable energy. Hydrokinetic energy. Hydrokinetic energy is an emerging field in renewable energy, harnessing the power of moving water to generate electricity. This form of energy utilizes the kinetic energy inherent in flowing rivers, tidal streams, and ocean currents to produce electrical power. Unlike hydroelectric power, which relies on dams and reservoirs, hydrokinetic energy captures energy from moving water directly without the need for large-scale infrastructure. This innovative approach to energy generation is gaining attention for its potential to contribute significantly to the global renewable energy mix. One of the key advantages of hydrokinetic energy is its predictability. While wind and solar energy production can fluctuate due to changes in weather conditions, the movement of water, especially in tidal systems, follows predictable patterns. Tides are driven by the gravitational forces of the moon and the sun, resulting in regular and cyclical energy flows that can be accurately forecasted. This characteristic makes hydrokinetic energy a reliable complement to other renewable energy sources, helping to stabilize power grids. The technology used in hydrokinetic energy systems varies depending on the environment in which they operate. For instance, tidal turbines are typically installed in areas where tidal streams are strong, such as coastal regions with narrow channels. These turbines function similarly to wind turbines, with blades that rotate as water passes through them, driving the generator to produce electricity. In riverine environments, hydrokinetic devices are often designed as floating platforms with underwater turbines or oscillating hydrofoils that capture the energy from river currents. One of the challenges facing hydrokinetic energy development is the potential environmental impact. While these systems do not require the large dams associated with traditional hydropower, they can still affect aquatic ecosystems. The rotating blades of turbines may pose a threat to marine life, particularly fish and marine mammals. Additionally, the installation of underwater devices can alter water flow patterns and sediment transport, which could impact habitats and biodiversity. However, ongoing research is focused on designing hydrokinetic systems that minimize these risks. Despite these challenges, hydrokinetic energy has the potential to provide significant benefits, particularly for remote and coastal communities. Many such areas are dependent on diesel generators for electricity, which are costly to operate and contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. Hydrokinetic systems, once installed, can provide a steady local source of power with minimal operational costs and no fuel requirements. This makes them an attractive option for reducing dependence on fossil fuels and improving energy security in isolated regions. The economics of hydrokinetic energy are still developing. At present, the costs associated with installing and maintaining hydrokinetic systems are relatively high, particularly when compared to more mature renewable technologies like wind and solar. However, as the technology matures and economies of scale are achieved, costs are expected to decrease. In addition, advances in materials and design are likely to improve the efficiency and durability of hydrokinetic systems, further reducing long-term costs. Government policies and incentives play a critical role in the future of hydrokinetic energy. In many countries, renewable energy initiatives are being expanded to include emerging technologies like hydrokinetic systems. Financial incentives, such as tax credits, grants, and feed-in tariffs, are helping to stimulate investment in this sector. Furthermore, government-funded research programs are supporting the development of more efficient and environmentally friendly hydrokinetic technologies. Hydrokinetic energy also offers potential for integration with other forms of renewable energy. Hybrid systems that combine hydrokinetic devices with solar panels or wind turbines are being explored as a way to maximize energy production and provide a more stable energy output. Such systems could be particularly beneficial in regions where environmental conditions favor multiple renewable energy sources, helping to create a more resilient and reliable energy infrastructure. In conclusion, hydrokinetic energy represents a promising frontier in renewable energy. Its ability to provide predictable, clean and locally sourced power makes it a valuable addition to the renewable energy landscape. Although challenges remain, particularly in terms of environmental impact and cost, ongoing research and development are likely to make hydrokinetic energy a key player in the transition to a sustainable energy future. Article 4. The cultural significance of the Mexican Day of the Dead. The Mexican Day of the Dead, or Dia los Muertos, is a vibrant and meaningful tradition celebrated annually on November 1st and 2nd. This festival, though often misunderstood by outsiders, serves as a time for Mexican families to honor and remember their deceased loved ones. Unlike other commemorative events for the dead, Dia los Muertos is not marked by mourning, but rather by a festive celebration of life, death, and the enduring connection between the two. The festival's origins can be traced back to pre-Columbian civilizations, particularly the Aztecs, who had their own customs related to honoring the dead. Over centuries, these indigenous traditions merged with Catholic influences brought by Spanish colonizers, creating the unique celebration known today. Central to Dia los Muertos are the ofrendas, or altars, which are constructed in homes and cemeteries to welcome the spirits of the deceased back to the realm of the living. These altars are adorned with photographs of the deceased, candles, marigolds, food, and personal items that the departed enjoyed in life. The marigold, also known as the flower of the dead, is believed to guide spirits back to the world of the living with its bright color and strong scent. The practice of building ofrendas showcases the deep respect that Mexican families hold for their ancestors and the belief that the dead are never truly gone as long as they are remembered. One of the key aspects of the Day of the Dead is its communal nature. Families often gather at cemeteries where they spend the night cleaning and decorating the graves of their loved ones. The atmosphere is far from somber. It is filled with music, laughter, and storytelling, creating a sense of continuity between the living and the dead. This collective experience highlights the cultural belief in the importance of family and community, not only in life, but also in death. The Day of the Dead also holds significant spiritual meaning. The festival reflects the belief that death is not the end, but a transition to another realm. The idea that the spirits of the dead can return to visit the living for a brief time each year reinforces a cyclical view of life where death is an integral part of existence rather than something to be feared or avoided. In this way, Dia los Muertos is a celebration of the eternal nature of the soul and the interconnectedness of all living things. In recent years, Dia los Muertos has gained international attention, particularly in popular culture. Films like Coco have introduced audiences worldwide to the beauty and meaning of the tradition. However, this global recognition has also raised concerns about the commercialization and misrepresentation of the festival. Many Mexicans worry that as the Day of the Dead becomes more widely known, its deep cultural significance could be lost or diluted. For example, the use of colorful skull imagery, known as calaveras, has been widely appropriated in fashion and art, sometimes without an understanding of its original context. Despite these concerns, Dia los Muertos remains a vital part of Mexican identity. It offers a space for reflection on mortality, allowing individuals and communities to engage with death in a way that is not sorrowful, but affirming. The rituals of the festival reinforce the belief that memory and love transcend death, and they ensure that the spirits of the departed continue to have a presence in the lives of the living.